Oh, that's a naughty little superset. Could do more. Welcome to another video. Today we're going to be training legs and a little bit of shoulders to finish off that session. I'm going to talk you through a little bit more detail on the exercises, the form, what we're doing here, mobility of course. I'm working off my physio's instructions right now because I'm still nursing my shoulder injury. I also have a tight glute medius, so we are going to be starting with mobility and then we'll get to the fun bits. This one is absolutely insane. With the microphone here, you might hear my back crack. I'll start making those chiropractor videos. Oh, got a crack. You need to edit this part, Sam. Look so fine.
1, 2, 3, take your hand and come because you look so fine that I really want to make your mind. You look so fine that I really want to make your mind.
Okay, fun stuff now. It's going to be a little bit of a different leg session. If you've only just started watching my videos, then I broke my leg a couple of years ago, so still not fully back into squats. If you're a repeat viewer, I may have already told you that, so sorry, I'm not going to keep whining on about it, but the reality is it has affected my training, so therefore I've had to adapt a little bit. So we'll do some leg press, leg extension, leg curl, the basic movements, then finish it off with a couple of different movements for the shoulders, just because I'm trying to bring that part up, especially as for the last 6 months, my shoulders have been, well, my left shoulder's been wrecked. So we need to get those shoulder gains back. I'm just texting my friend, he's walking on the treadmill very slowly to speed up. Right, what speed was that? Huh? Were you finishing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I looked over and I just texted you because I just saw you like... Spilt a bit. Delicious. So we're going to start off with a leg extension. Essentially, what we're doing here is a pre-exhaust. Ever since I broke my leg, I've got a rod, 2 pins in here, and the knee needs just extra warming up, to be honest with you. So that's why I start on leg extension rather than a compound movement. I also warm up on the leg curl afterwards. So we'll do the 3 main working sets here, some warm-up sets to feed into it, and then we'll get started. Warm up done. So one of the most important things about the leg extension is your seating position. Most people just get this wrong. What you want is your knee to be in line with the pivot point in the machine. Okay, that's the most simple and basic way to do it. If you pull this too far forwards and you're out here, you're gonna feel this much more on the knee as opposed to in the quads. So, as you can see, knees aligned, and then this is just in this little section here, not too high, not too low where it's on the toes, right there. And the other thing is, as you can see, you want to make sure that your legs are coming as far down as you can. That'll depend on the machine, but this one will allow me to get to just below 90 degrees and then fully extend up to shorten those quads. Okay, start the workout, let alone the warm up. Ooh. Serious stuff now. Oh. God. Yo. Oh. So even when we fail, keep trying to push. You might not get a full rep, but it's the attempt. I'm not saying do terrible reps, but just try and push it. That was my last set. Push that bar a little bit further every single time. See what you can do. Challenge yourself. Continuing on with the workout. Next, I'm gonna hit the lying leg curl. And the reason is, I wanna make sure, like I said, my knee joint is nice and warm, it's lubricated, it's ready to go before I start doing any compound movements on it. Again, same sort of structure, one warm-up, maybe two warm-ups. You might hear me call them feeder sets, or other people call them feeder sets. Essentially what I'm looking at doing here is, as I get closer to my working set, the weight that I'm gonna use for the 3 sets, I'm gonna decrease the reps. So I normally do that in a 5 rep for the first warm-up, 3 rep for the next warm-up set, and just get closer gradually without failing, without that fatigue building up. Otherwise you do 10 reps, 10 reps, you've already done 20 reps before you even get to your working weight. Too much. Those things as well, gold. The little 2.5 kilos that'll bridge the gap between the weights, absolute gold dust in terms of continuing your progression. There's so many people will just not do anything until it gets to the next weight up. You go from like a 10 rep set on a 50, 7.5 kilos when you're near your maximum strength potential, to then go up another 7 kilos. Form's gonna go to pot. It's just gonna be too heavy. You end up doing like 4 reps and you're gonna be stuck on that weight for much longer. So micro progressions every single week, 1 rep, a kilo, just keep moving. You can do more. Oh man. Oh. Hamstrings are horrible. Yeah, that sort of lactic, almost cramp sensation as you fatigue. You do a little bit too much, all of a sudden, that cramp's gonna whoop your ass. Should probably talk about why I'm just stood here doing nothing. Now, what's actually really, really important, and most people miss this point, is your rest time, your recovery in between sets. Now, it makes sense on a logical basis that you would think the more you do, the better. However, the energy systems that we use when we're lifting weights require around about 60 to 90 seconds for you to fully recover. So we want to be optimum in our sessions, not just doing things and just fatiguing. Anybody can work out to the point that they feel sick. Anybody can work out to the point that you're fatigued, you're fucked, you can't give any more. But we want to be optimum. We want to be efficient in what we do. So in this workout, we're going to be doing around about 60 to 90 seconds rest in between each set. The caveat to the statement and all of the above that I've just mentioned is if you're working in supersets in opposing muscle groups. So could be back and shoulders, quads and hamstrings. So theoretically, I could have supersetted the leg extension and leg curl. But let's face it, I was too much of a pussy to do that. So next set. Play a game of find the 25 now. Leg press next, and most definitely the most poorly performed leg exercise I think I've ever seen as a majority rule. So I'm going to run you through exactly what we should be doing, what we should be looking for. You'll see some people say, let's go full range all the way down to the bottom. That's not what you should do. I'm going to show you. Okay, so what we're looking at here is, imagine, obviously this is loaded now for my warm-up. What we want to be doing is making sure we're not going too low and curving the lower back to enable that additional movement. So what we want to do really is bring the leg off, okay? Bring the leg off as if you're going down. And realistically, I can't go any lower than that. If I move any lower than that, I'm having to force the movement, okay? So under load, that's not really that safe. Think about it like this. If this is all you can do without any weight pushing you down, then adding weight onto it and forcing that stretch, not gonna be great for you. So you'll see this in action. This is my active range of motion on this side. You can see it's about the same. So it looks a little bit like this. For most people, around about 90 degrees. Warm up done. Test, 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 test. Oh, superset now. Ooh. So, that's a naughty little superset. The reason why I do this in a superset here is because calf training is pretty boring. I find it boring anyway, but an essential. So by getting it done with my leg press, I also know that it gets done and there's no temptation to want to miss it. And I'm also doing it when I've got a little bit more energy, rather than at the end when I just want to go home, curl up in a ball and cry. So into adductions now, and for years I didn't do this exercise because I just, to be honest with you, just didn't see the point, the benefit. But to get strong adductors inside of the legs helps with hip stability and strength. It's also going to tie over into lots of other movements, and it just looks better if you've got chunky inner thighs. Oh, gotta shut your legs before you make eye contact with anyone on this machine. It's an unwritten gym rule. Superset now. We're gonna bring in some shoulders into this, some cable laterals, and also some front raises afterwards. Let's go. Sorry, didn't see you there. Just loading it up. Oh man. Oh man. Wait for that heart rate to kick in. Look at this. Come on. I don't know either. Universal. Everybody does the same face when they're struggling. Okay, we're gonna finish off with just a cable front raise. Get a little bit more volume through the front of the shoulder, keeping it nice and controlled. That's a wrap. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you in the next training video.